Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Physics with Rishikesh. Today we are going to start a new lesson, a new chapter, that is prism. So watch the video till the end. If you have any question you can ask me in the comment section, and if you like the video please hit the like button, share with your friends and subscribe my channel. So let's start. What is prism? Prism is nothing but a transparent medium bounded by refracting surfaces such that the incident surface on which the light ray is incident and the emergent surface from which the light rays emerges are plane and parallel. So let us see some case and then discuss the total concept of prism. Refraction through a prism. We know if white light is incident on a prism, then it will be broken into 7 parts of light. Okay. Suppose this is a prism A, B, C, where A is the angle of the prism. This is the incident ray which incidents at an angle of I, then passes through the prism. This angle is I, then passes through the prism and it will be emergent after refraction. Okay, now this is the normal to this plane. This is R1, this is R2. This is the angle of emergent and this is the angle of deviation. Okay, now this is the angle of the prism or the refracting angle. I is the angle of incidence. I is the angle of incidence. E is the angle of emergent. Okay, R1 and R2 are the angles of refraction, angles of refraction, and delta is the angle of deviation, angle of deviation. So we will use the formulae that the refracting angle or the angle of the prism will be given by R1 plus R2 and the angle of incidence plus the angle of emergent will be equal to the angle of the prism plus the angle of deviation. These two formulae are very much important. Now for the surface AC, for this surface, mu equal to sin I divided by sin R1. For the surface AB, 1 by mu will be equal to sin R2 divided by sin E. For a thin prism, the angle of deviation is given by mu minus 1 into A, where mu is the refractive index of the material of the prism. Now we know that the deviation is different for different color light. Okay, suppose for example mu r is less than mu v, so delta r will be less than delta v, and mu flint is greater than mu crown, that is the refractive index of the flint glass is greater than the refractive index of the crown glass, and hence delta F is greater than delta C. Okay, now let us see the condition for maximum deviation. For maximum deviation the conditions are: the angle of incidence must be 90 degree, which implies that R1 will be C, that is the critical angle, and R2 will be A minus C, because we know A is the angle of the prism that is equal to R1 plus R2. So these are the conditions for maximum deviation. The angle of incidence must be equal to 90 degree, which means that R1 equal to C and R2 will be A minus C. And from the Snell's law of emergent surface, E, that is the angle of emergence, is given by E equal to sine inverse sine A minus C divided by sine C, and the maximum deviation will be given by delta max equal to pi by 2 plus sine inverse sine A minus C divided by sine C minus A. Got it? If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Now let us see the conditions for minimum deviation. For minimum deviation, the angle of incidence must be equal to the angle of emergent, and R1 and R2 should be equal to R. That is, the refractive angles must be equal. Okay. Now for this case, the figure will be like this. This is the angle of incidence. This is the angle of emergent, and this angle is R1 and this angle is R2. This is ABC. These angles R1 and R2 must be equal, and the angle of incidence I equal to angle of emergent E. Okay. For minimum deviation, the refracted ray inside the prism will be parallel to the base of the prism, and in that case R will be equal to A by 2, or A will be equal to 2R. Okay, and the angle of incidence will be equal to A plus delta M by 2. This is a very important formula. I will be equal to A plus delta M by 2, and the value of mu will be equal to sine I by sine R, sine of the angle of incidence divided by the sine of the angle of refraction. And the most important formula is mu will be equal to sine A plus delta M by 2 divided by sine A by 2. This is also a very important formula for your numerical problems. Okay, all these formulae can be derived. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, now let us see the condition for no emergence. Condition for no emergence. For the condition of no emergence of light, the light should be total internal reflected from the second surface. Let us see the diagram. Suppose this is my prism A, B, C. A ray of light falls on it at an angle of incidence I, but from the second surface it will be total internal reflected. Okay, and these angles are the angle of refractions R1 and R2, and A is the angle of the prism. Okay, for totally internally reflected at the second surface, R2 will be greater than C, but we know A equal to R1 plus R2, that is, A will be greater than R1 plus C, because the value of R2 is greater than C, so A will be greater than R1 plus C. As the minimum value of R1 is C, the minimum value of R1 is equal to C, hence A will be greater than equal to twice C. Okay, if the incident ray incidents on the prism at an angle 0 degree, it means if I1 equal to 0 degree, then R1 will be equal to 0 degree. So in this case, the condition of no emergence from the second surface is A greater than twice C. Okay, which implies that sine A will be greater than sine C, but sin A is actually greater than 1 by mu. So the value of mu will be greater than cosec A. In the next video class, we will solve many previous year questions. So thank you for watching this video. Please share with your friends and subscribe my channel. Thank you.